Hey there, aquatic pet enthusiasts! Today we're diving into the mysterious world of axolotl emotions. Yeez, you heard that right. We're talking about whether these adorable water puppies can feel blue. Now, I know what you're thinking. Wait a minute, can axolotls even get depressed? Well, my friends, that's exactly what we're here to uncover in this video. As someone who spent more time staring into axolotl tanks than I care to admit, I've learned a thing or two about these fascinating creatures. And let me tell you, they're not just floating around with blank expressions all day. You see, axolotls might not be able to tell us they're feeling down, but they sure can show it. It's like they're the moody teenagers of the aquatic world, minus the eye rolling and door slamming. So buckle up, because we're about to embark on a journey into the emotional depths of axolotl behavior. Trust me, by the end of this video, you'll be an expert in axolotl mood swings. First things first, let's talk about what a happy, healthy axolotl looks like. Picture this: gills fluttering like little underwater feather bows, eyes bright and alert, and a general air of I'm living my best life in this tank. But what happens when your axolotl starts acting more like it's auditioning for an underwater remake of The Breakfast Club? That's when you need to put on your detective hat and look for the signs. One of the first things you might notice is a change in appetite. If your axolotl is turning his nose up at his favorite worms, it might be feeling a bit blue. It's like when you lose interest in pizza. You know something's seriously wrong. Another sign to watch out for is decreased activity. If your axolotl is spending more time hiding than a teenager avoiding chores, it could be a red flag. They should be out and about, exploring their underwater kingdom. Now, let's talk about color changes. Axolotls are like underwater mood rings. Their color can tell you a lot about how they're feeling. If your usually vibrant axolotl starts looking pale or washed out, it might be time for a mood boost. Gill condition is another important factor to consider. Healthy gills should be fluffy and full, like little underwater feather dusters. If they start looking limp or discolored, your axolotl might be feeling under the weather. But wait, there's more. Axolotls can also show signs of stress through their body language. If your little aquatic friend is floating at weird angles or curling his tail, it might be trying to tell you something's not quite right. Now, I know what you're thinking. Great, my axolotl is depressed. What do I do? Don't worry, I've got you covered. First things first, check your water parameters. Bad water quality can turn any axolotl into a grumpy gills. Next, take a look at their environment. Is the tank too small? Too bright? Too noisy? Axolotls are like the Goldilocks of the aquarium world. Everything needs to be just right. Diet is another crucial factor. Are you feeding your axolotl a varied diet? Maybe it's time to spice things up with some new treats. Just don't go overboard. We're aiming for happy, you're not chubby. Sometimes, axolotls just need a little extra TLC. Try adding some hiding spots or rearranging the tank decor. It's like redecorating your room. Sometimes a change of scenery can do wonders for your mood. If you've tried all these things and your axolotl is still channeling its inner Eeyore, it might be time to consult a vet. And they can check for any underlying health issues that might be causing your axolotl's blues. Now, let's address the elephant in the room, or should I say the axolotl in the tank. Can axolotls actually feel emotions like depression? Well, that's a tricky question. While we can't know for sure what's going on in those cute little axolotl brains, we do know they can experience stress and discomfort. And prolonged stress can lead to behaviors that look a lot like what we call depression in humans. It's important to remember that axolotls are complex creatures with their own unique needs and behaviors. What might look like depression to us could just be their way of responding to changes in their environment. That being said, it's always better to err on the side of caution. If your axolotl is showing signs of distress, it's important to take action. After all, a happy axolotl is a healthy axolotl. One thing to keep in mind is that axolotls are social creatures in their own weird underwater way. While they don't need tank mates, they do enjoy interaction with their human caretakers. So don't be afraid to spend some quality time with your aquatic friend. Just remember, no matter how tempting it might be, resist the urge to cuddle your axolotl. They're not exactly built for hugs, and too much handling can stress them out. Stick to admiring them from outside the tank. Now, let's talk about some common misconceptions about axolotl behavior. Just because your axolotl isn't zipping around a tank like it's training for the underwater Olympics doesn't mean it's depressed. Axolotls are naturally pretty chill creatures. They're not going to be doing backflips or putting on underwater acrobatic shows. A content axolotl is often a calm axolotl. But there's a difference between calm and lethargic. If your axolotl seems unusually inactive or unresponsive, that's when you should start to worry. Another thing to keep in mind is that axolotls, like many animals, can go through phases. Just like how you might have days where you feel a bit off, your axolotl might have its own ups and downs. The key is to look for persistent changes in behavior. If your axolotl has been acting differently for more than a few days, that's when it's time to start investigating. Remember, you know your axolotl best. If something seems off, trust your instincts. It's always better to be safe than sorry when it comes to the health of your aquatic buddy. Now, let's talk about some positive ways to keep your axolotl happy and healthy. First up, enrichment. Yes, even axolotls need a bit of excitement in their lives. Try adding some new decorations to their tank. Maybe a cool new cave to explore or some plants to swim through. Just make sure everything is axolotl safe. No sharp edges or small pieces they could swallow. You can also try some food-based enrichment. Hide their food in different parts of the tank or use a feeding tool to make mealtime more interactive. It's like dinner and a show for your axolotl. Another important factor in axolotl happiness is maintaining a consistent routine. Regular feeding times, consistent light cycles, and stable water conditions can all help keep your axolotl feeling secure and content. And don't forget about water quality. Regular water changes and proper filtration are crucial for axolotl health. Think of it as giving your axolotl a spa day. Who doesn't love a nice, clean environment? Now, I know we've covered a lot of ground here, but there's one more thing I want to touch on: the importance of observation. Spending time watching your axolotl can help you pick up on subtle changes in behavior. Plus, let's be honest, watching axolotls is just plain fun. They're like little underwater aliens with their frilly gills and perpetually smiling faces. Who needs TV when you've got an axolotl tank? So there you have it, folks. Everything you need to know about axolotl depression. Remember, a happy axolotl is an active, eating, brightly colored axolotl. If you notice any changes, don't hesitate to take action. And hey, if all else fails, maybe your axolotl just needs a good joke. Why don't axolotls ever get anything done? Because they're always procrastinating? Get it? Procrastinating? Okay, maybe stick to improving their environment instead of telling jokes. Before we wrap up, I want to remind you that every axolotl is unique. What works for one might not work for another. The key is to pay attention to your specific axolotl and its needs. And remember, while it's important to care for your axolotl's emotional well-being, don't forget to take care of yourself too. Happy pet owner, happy pet. That's all for today, folks. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the emotional world of axolotls, don't forget to like and subscribe. And hey, leave a comment letting me know about your own axolotl experiences. Are they more emo or more zen? And thanks for watching. And remember, keep those axolotls smiling. Well, they're always smiling, but you know what I mean. Until next time, stay curious and keep those tanks clean.